Are we here? Not yet? Finally here. Buenas noches a todos. Programa número ¿qué, Diego? Se me olvidó.
29.
29. Program number 29. Hoy estamos a 23 de julio. Y hoy tenemos un programa especial. Tenemos de invitados a los dos maestros que estuvieron con nosotros durante el festival. Mr. Koji Hiramatsu, thank you for coming here.
Hello.
And Mr. Sean Smith from USA.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you for being here. We also have public today. Probablemente vamos a tener que estar haciendo la mayoría del programa en inglés, pero se va a entender lo que va a hacer. Si alguien tiene preguntas, las puede hacer en cualquier momento. Pero queremos hacer un recorrido de lo que hicimos en el festival, de lo que pasó en el festival, de las cosas más importantes, enseñarle la foto de los árboles. ¿Qué pasó?
Un momentico.
¿Hice algo mal?
No, yo que no hice algo.
Anyway, vamos a estar enseñando varias cosas de las que pasaron durante este fin de semana, en lo que para nosotros fue, sinceramente, y esa es mi opinión, yo sé que hay mucha gente que nos ha dicho que sí, para nosotros fue realmente un excelente festival. Mucha gente, ¿qué les puedo decir? Las actividades quedaron muy bien, la cantina funcionó, tuvimos muchos voluntarios que nos ayudaron. Hubiesen sido falta más, pero no tuvimos la suerte de tener más personas. Pero de verdad, yo estoy satisfecho con lo que pasó. Esta es una actividad que llevamos 7 años haciéndola, pero hemos montado también otros eventos, así que tenemos hasta ahora bastante experiencia en lo que ha pasado y obviamente pues se nos hace un poquito más fácil porque ya tenemos, como quien dice, el muñequito montado. Así que vamos a comenzar enseñando algunas fotografías del evento para las personas que no estuvieron aquí presentes, puedan ir viendo. La primera foto que voy a enseñar es la entrada principal del evento. ¿Se ve? Ahí está. This is the main entrance of the event. It was sponsored by Expo Design. ¿Qué pasó?
Toca la pantalla.
Que toque la pantalla. Toco la pantalla. Ahí. Fue auspiciada por Expo Design. Nuestro amigo Alejandro fue el que nos auspició esa entrada. Así que a los amigos de Expo Design, muchísimas gracias por el apoyo que nos dieron para esta parte del evento. ¿Tienen una pregunta ya?
Sí, la pregunta dice, ¿llegaron las maletas de Koji?
Koji-san, people are asking if your suitcase arrived.
Ah, yes.
Yes, it arrived. His suitcase finally arrived yesterday.
Yes, gracias.
Ayer llegó la maleta y él se va esta noche.
He leaves tonight.
He leaves tonight
Ah, yes.
with his suitcase. What are you going to say to your wife when you arrive there with your clothes, clean?
Because I wash every day.
Oh, you watch. Good excuse.
No.
Japanese are smart. See? Anyway, voy a pasar algunas fotos de la entrada, la exposición, etcétera. No las tengo aquí en orden, pero las voy a ir tocando. Ya les enseñé la entrada principal. Esto es también parte de la entrada principal desde otro sitio, desde otro ángulo. Ahí se ve más o menos los árboles al final. Aquí tenemos el pasillo, uno de los pasillos donde estaban los demás árboles. Cada árbol tenía bastante espacio entre en cada ¿cómo se llama? Display. We do have enough space between the trees. Yes. We're going to comment that after we.
Right.
Then, este año dedicamos el festival a nuestro amigo don Raúl Sosa, que falleció este año, y teníamos ese display en particular especialmente para él. Él fue el que estuvo con nosotros el año pasado. Las personas me imagino que lo recuerdan.
Borra esto.
Y pues teníamos esa mesa en particular, la teníamos dedicada al profesor Raúl Sosa. o un árbol de él, una pieza de cerámica hecha también por él. Ya me volaron la foto otra vez, ahora no sé qué voy a hacer.
Why does he look taller than me?
Who looks taller?
Because there's a cushion in that one.
Well, this one have a cushion.
Yeah.
Yours not. You want a box or something to feel taller?
A phone book.
Phone book. Tuvimos la visita de un grupo de Delaware. A bunch of people from Delaware came to the exhibit. They were on vacation in Puerto Rico, and they come to the exhibition, and it was nice to receive them there. You see I don't know if you see them around.
I saw it on Facebook. Where were they from?
From Delaware.
Oh, from Delaware.
They were doing vacation here in Puerto Rico, and they
Yeah.
come to the exhibit because they saw the announcement.
Oh,
So they do have fun.
awesome.
So we took a picture with them.
That was Thursday.
That was Friday morning.
Friday, okay.
Friday morning.
Ok, entonces, vamos a hablar de los árboles que nosotros premiamos. Cuando digo nosotros, nos refiero a los 4 premios que se ofrecen en el festival. We are going to mention now the 4 prizes, the one that you select.
Correct.
So the first prize that we select was the Nia by Juan Luis Velázquez.
Yes. Great tree.
The process of picking that tree. Could you say something about the process? You walked through the exhibit, and I saw you going through different trees
Oh, yeah.
and talking about each one. It would be nice to have like an idea of what was your conversation during that moment that you go through the trees and talk about them. What could you say about that? You begin.
I say okay. So basically, when we judge the trees, so I pick up some trees. Then this time the judge is shown on me. So after pick up some trees, we talking about discussing about the tree, which one is better. So.
What you consider also the display setting?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah. So we basically, at first, Gucci went one direction, I went the other direction. So
The one way of the exhibit and the other, okay.
Yeah, so that way, you know, there was no
Influence between.
Right, right. So we basically just walked through until we met to the center, and then continued on until we saw all the trees that were exhibited, and then we proceeded to get together. And so, Koji, what do you think? Sean, what do you think? And then we'd walk to each tree, you know, and then we would basically elaborate and discuss the tree and which one has this and that and so forth. And it was difficult. The trees were great, fantastic trees. But this one really stuck out. It was well prepared, well done.
It's a Premna. It's a Premna from Juan Luis Velázquez. I think he have presented trees on previous festivals. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is his first time. I think it's the second or the third time he brings some of his trees, and he have great trees on the exhibit. The next one will be the Shohin.
No.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Shohin area were not too many trees.
Right.
It was a small exhibition of Shohin.
Yes.
Tell us about.
You know, when you're going to judge an exhibition, you take that lap around and you admire every tree and you look at every tree closely, and you go around the corner and then all of a sudden, bam, something out of the ordinary strikes you, and it obviously you gravitate to it, or it really says something to you. So Fuji and I, we both looked at that and just went, great tree, great presentation, and I think Fuji-san will agree.
Oh, yeah.
The scale and the proportion to the tree and the mini tokonoma that it's in, it was spot on. Well done.
All right.
Yeah.
This is belong to Jose Rodriguez, and he have a great collection of Shohin bonsai.
Yes.
And he's improving on that particular size every time.
Yes.
More and more. ¿Tenemos preguntas? No.
I don't
Not
know what
yet.
that means.
Oh, it's a house.
Oh, it's a quiet clap.
Yes.
Oh.
Let me show. Let me show the tree a little closer, the same one.
Mm.
So you could, could I expand this, Diego, or no?
Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, how? Oh, good.
Ah, okay.
Ahí tenemos un pequeño acercamiento de la niña de José. Estaba acompañada con tenía scroll, they do have a scroll on it,
Mm.
and a little figurine there. I think it was great combination.
Can I elaborate on that?
Yeah, please.
So the one unique thing about it, as you blew it up larger on the screen, it doesn't look like it's a shohi.
Mm.
I mean, it looks like it's in a formal tokonoma being displayed.
Mhm.
And looking at the tree, you really don't know how big it is. And that's really a cool thing about, bonsai. We see trees and they can be this small, but yet in fact they could be, 4 feet tall. But that was just, the proportions were
Great.
incredible.
Okay, let me see the next one. Let me talk about this one first. You mentioned, let me see if I could expand it. That Nia in the second was your other choice for individual shopping.
Yes,
So
Yes.
that it was between those two.
it was. And I think, if I recall, Fuji-san made a comment about the tree being padded out, and I made a comment about the containers in the pot being, like a soft red. And you look down the line, and that almost had like a bullseye on it, because the red pot just went whap. It just really stuck out. So
Mhm.
that drew our attention to it initially, but it's a very, very good tree. And again, we didn't flip a coin. I mean, but it was certainly in the running of
Excellent.
better trees.
Then we do have Best Suiseki also. It was Omar's Suiseki.
Correct.
How it was on the Suiseki area. There's another couple of Suiseki that you told me that you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Omar is, one of the pioneers of Suiseki here on the island. He's been doing it for a long, long, long time. And it was just well presented in a suiban full of sand. It was very well done. The sand was Japanese. The stone is from Puerto Rico. I'm sure the suiban is Japanese as well. And the display table, everything just fit. So it was presented very well. Although it was dry, traditionally they're wet with water, but sometimes in
When you mean it's wet the sand or the stone?
both, generally
Both.
both. Yeah. But overall, a very nice presentation. No, the whole overall Suiseki exhibition was quite well done.
So, Koji-san,
Oh, yeah.
before you came here, what was your expectation on seeing on the exhibit? Did you imagine something
No.
similar to this?
No. Before I come here, so I just surprised. After I come here, so I just surprised the quality of the tree is better than I expected. So,
And do you like the setup of the exhibition?
oh yeah.
It's not a traditional exhibition here in Japan, but
But
it's the way of we do things a little bit different.
yeah, see.
But you like the setup that we do on the exhibit?
Yes, very much.
Any recommendations
Of
that we?
course, I am from Japan, so
Mhm.
we have basic rules to exhibit trees.
Like
We have a space, exactly same space.
same space to
Yeah.
each participant.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah. And no matter what size a tree is.
it doesn't matter the size of the tree, the space
yeah.
is the same.
Yes.
But you sell, when you register the trees, you register by the space.
Yeah.
You pay normally a fee for a space.
Yes.
All right.
So, in Japan, we have many categories. So, Suiseki, Shohin, middle size, big size, Tokokazari, with scroll. So, we have, in Japan, we have different categories.
Mm.
That's why so this time a bit difficult to judge. In Japan we have many awards, so maybe you should give more awards.
Oh, but the thing is that we don't normally do judging. We only
Okay.
we only do the judging by the speakers that come
Sure.
as a guest. And the other prize that I will show them now
Okay.
is the People Choice Award. That the people that come through the exhibition, they will pick their favorite. It's maybe not the best bonsai. It's maybe a flower tree. It's maybe the composition is not the traditional, but it's the one that the public really like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And especially for me, I do like that prize a lot because I normally do bonsai to please myself,
Okay.
but I like the trees
Mhm.
to please everyone that enjoys
I see.
my tree.
Okay.
In that case, so we're gonna show that. And the other prize is the mayor of the city. He picked also one, but this his criteria. He's not about. He don't know anything about bonsai,
Okay.
but hopefully he's learning because
Yeah.
this is the second time with us. ¿Tiene una pregunta?
Sí, la pregunta dice, ¿cómo Koji ve los bonsais tropicales comparados con los de su clima? Escuché que solo tiene 2 tropicales en su colección. I'm going to translate it.
Good.
The question says, how does Koji-san see tropical bonsais compared to the trees you have in your climate?
Okay.
You mentioned you only have 2 tropical species in your collection.
Yeah. I have just only 2 bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea or hibiscus? I think you said
Hibiscus.
hibiscus.
Hibiscus. Sorry.
So do you think that, well, basically I suppose that the shapes of the trees here is not,
But so anyway, even the tropical or other variety, the design, the vision of trees, combination, the pot is almost same. So that's why. So I really like that, even the tropical trees. So,
good. Okay, let me show, this is the, this was the People Choice Award, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the People Choice Award.
I see. Yeah.
Different tree, first time this guy, ¿cómo se llama? Gadiel Omar, from Adjuntas, he's from the other side of the island.
Okay.
The first time he shows a tree on the
Yeah.
festival,
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
And it was the favorite of the public by far. The distance between this one and the second and the third one was humongous.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for some reason the people like these three. Any comments on that? Do you like the display?
Well, I think probably why the public was attracted to it because it's very realistic, and it's very it's something you would see here in Puerto Rico, in the jungle or in the forest or whatever the case may be. So maybe that could have been one of the
The reasons.
factors that
Last year
why they
the
liked it.
winner was a flower tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this year
Right.
is this.
Right.
Okay.
Flowers always get the most attention.
And which one you guess was the second one? The second most popular one from the public.
Could have been the very tall literati style one that the mayor liked? No?
Nope.
That one? No?
This one was the best, the second best.
Okay.
Okay.
And with my sister told me that mostly every kid that enters the show
Ran right to
vote
it.
because of the
Panda bears.
panda bears and
Yeah.
I see.
Of course. Yeah.
this is difficult to judge for people that
Yes.
because the objects normally attracts or becomes like the focal point of the display.
Right. And that's certainly the reason why, it got, votes for the People's Choice Award because it's entertaining. You have, you and I spoke about it, and even Koji and I talked about it. Traditionally in Japan.
You will not see something like this in
Never.
Japan.
No.
Maybe in China?
No.
Not even in
No,
China.
Not even in China. Because what's happening is you've you've abandoned the imagination of the viewer. There is, you know, the one panda bear in the forest is outstanding, okay? But what has happened now, you go over to the accent and it's full of panda bears. The scroll has a few panda bears, and it's Panda Bear City. And normally we don't duplicate something in display in Japan. But it's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there's no bonsai police that are going to arrest anyone.
No, yeah, and this is what the people like.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the beauty of the festival, is that we do bonsai for everyone.
And you have to. I think
Because, for example, Kokufuten and shows in Japan, mostly for bonsai people, but you also have a lot of public that.
Mostly bonsai rich people.
Oh, bonsai rich people. I hope at some point this becomes also popular here. ¿Tú tenías una pregunta de YouTube? No? Okay.
Nada.
Let me show also, this was the major selection was this tree. When I saw the tree, when this guy, Inocencio he's also from the other side of the island.
West or east?
When he sent me the picture, it's a Malina, and I saw the root of,
Yeah.
it remembers me a lot of the Chinese bonsai I saw when I walked to mainland China.
Yeah.
I know it's not traditionally Japanese, but I know it was going to be very attractive to many people there. Also on the boats, it was one of the one that get a lot of boats.
Yeah.
But it's more like Chinese style of bonsai.
Pension side, yeah, no question. But again, the art of bonsai, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's all about the love and the enjoyment that the tree gives you or gives the viewers to look at. And ironically, the owner's son was there, and he came out running to Kuji and I when we were outside, and he wanted our autographs, and he wanted our pictures taken, and then he wanted us to come in and get our picture taken with him and his father and his tree. His father said that his son really helps working on the tree. He was
That's
only
great.
7 or 8 years old, so that was kind of cool.
It's good to have younger people
Absolutely.
getting interested into bonsai.
Gotta have it.
We have a question? No.
Not a question.
Stars?
Yes.
We got the first stars.
What's that mean?
Stars are given to us by people that like the program,
Okay.
and that helps us fund the program itself. Because this is free for the public.
Yeah.
We don't charge anyone to see the demonstration.
Vienen de parte de Marta Santiago, que nos mandó 200.
Marta Santiago, gracias Marta. Diego, ¿tenías una pregunta por YouTube?
De Christopher Méndez,
Ajá.
¿cuál es el segundo árbol que Koji y Son tomaron como segundo lugar? Which is the tree that you guys gave second place?
If you have to, do you remember which one was for you the second best
Yeah.
around the show?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't think I have all the pictures here. I don't have all the pictures
It was the
here.
same species.
Okay.
It was the same species.
Another Premna?
Yeah, but it wasn't as refined.
It was not as much refinement as the other one.
Correct.
But you remember it was a Premna.
Yes, it was the same species.
Mm.
Yeah. And I think if I wasn't mistaken, it was on the other side of the same
On
road.
the same road.
Yeah, but on the other side.
I think I have an idea of which one, but not sure.
Yeah.
Let me show another picture here. We do have a very nice workshop by Sean on scrolls. Could you say something more about the scroll workshop, Sean?
We had a blast. Nobody got hurt.
There were 13 people doing the workshop.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so basically it was a sumi ink workshop. There was no color involved. You just had the black sumi ink. And what I tried to invoke into the students was to create an image on your scroll utilizing black, of course, but then toning it down to you got to almost just barely gray, and incorporate that into their imagination when they made their drawing.
People were very happy with the workshop.
people were very happy. As a matter of fact, I think there was one or two that actually, when they finished their scroll, they went out to the exhibit and hung it above their tree.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting.
And Koji-san also
Ah,
have
yeah.
workshops during the show. You have two, well, actually 3 workshops here.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy the workshop with the people here?
Okay.
You have a lot of varieties of and sizes, I suppose.
Yeah.
It was not, the people don't bring only showing size.
Yeah. But so, of course, I have the many big trees. So, but so every time I do the workshop, it's so exciting.
Mhm.
Because students from the beginner to
More advanced?
Yeah. That's why. So I'm here because I want to teach my vision. So how to design this.
I hope you don't have a bad image of Puerto Rico because of your
Mm.
traveling problems getting here.
No.
Anyway,
Mm.
I have another question there.
Sí, la pregunta, la voy a decir primero en español, que dice, pregunta, ¿Koji tiene escuela y estudiantes en su región y con quién estudia el arte o es conocimiento pasado en generaciones?
Sí.
The question translated says, does Koji-san have a school and students in your region? And if your knowledge in bonsai is, who taught you bonsai, or was it passed down through generations?
Okay, basically, I learned bonsai wiring technique from my father. Also, he's my father is a specialist for black pine, so I learned especially black pine. But so, in my place, we don't have enough deciduous and other species, so I always asking Japanese professional how to take care, how to design, how to watering, everything. So and so we have many exhibitions. So so of course we go every time. So I always watching trees and copy the master's works.
Good to know, good to say that he's the 4th generation of artists from his family. So it's not only him. Many of his previous family from what year? It's at the 4th generation in 18.
Since the end of Edo period, which was the 1880s when the nursery was first established. So bonsai runs in his blood, we'll say that.
Yeah. Then Koji-san, you make a demonstration
Yes.
and you work on that juniper that we have on that side.
Yeah.
I want to show you
Mm-hmm.
the picture of this juniper
I see.
when it was given to me in 2007
Okay.
to be worked in California.
Oh.
This is what you've done at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the picture of the tree before we begin to work.
Okay.
¿Y qué para atrás que no te veo la foto en la pantalla?
¿Anotado la foto en la pantalla? Okay, let me go back. This is the tree
Mm-hmm.
when you finish your workshop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
¿Está ahora en la pantalla?
Yeah.
Good. This is the tree before,
Oh, okay.
but this is the first time I worked on the tree in 2007 in California.
2007.
2007 I used that tree as a demo tree.
Oh, okay. I see.
I look younger.
Okay.
You see that I don't have my white hair.
Mm-hmm.
I have, instead of my hat, I have a cap. And this is the tree at the end and the drawing by Roberto.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
So as you mentioned, we do have a little style, but for example,
Mm-hmm.
I saw now,
Mm-hmm.
this has gone.
Oh, okay.
A new branch has developed
I
and
see.
we have made the tree
Really?
from a completely new branch.
I see, okay.
This is not here anymore. You see that?
This one.
I see.
So one of these little branches,
Uh-huh.
you build the tree
Mm-hmm.
out of one of these 2 little branches here.
I see, okay.
Okay?
Mm.
And then this has gone also.
Oh, yeah.
We do have, it looks a lot better now with the full shari all the way to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your demo.
Okay.
What could you tell?
My demo is very easy because so Pedro already designed these trees.
No, but these three
Oh.
have been worked before. I think in fact by at least 2 or 3
Mm.
speakers every time, and then after work,
Mm-hmm.
the tree normally stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, for some reason here in Puerto Rico,
Ah,
then-
Shuts down
I see.
and then comes back.
and then it comes back, and
Mhm.
you know, we will try to keep the shape now,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally put it on a bonsai pot,
Yeah, yeah,
because I think it looks a lot more mature now.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
It have better taper now than the first picture in 2007.
Ah, yes.
Absolutely.
The driftwood features on this one now
Yeah.
looks beautiful now.
It was professionally done.
Mm-hmm.
It was professionally done. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
You have 3 questions.
Three.
La primera dice, ¿cuándo Mr. Smith dará el taller de Suiseki? When will the next Suiseki...
Dice
Workshop.
carving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will try to have him here back, maybe by the end of the year.
November, December, maybe.
November, December, probably he will come back.
Then
We'll see.
the next comment is from Sergio Luciani and says, saludos Master y saludos a los dos visitantes, un abrazo a Sean. Hello Master, hello to the 2 guests, and a hug to Sean.
Who's it from?
Sergio.
Oh, Sergio. Ah, I love you, brother.
Yeah, Sergio is a very good friend from us, and thank you, Sergio, for being here. I love this tree. Any comments on that one? I really like that tree. What could you tell us about the whole display? What do you like, what you don't like?
You first, Bruce.
Oh, it's okay. Of course I like this composition and this tree. So.
Mhm. It's
Oh,
a buttonwood, which is a native plant from
I see,
here.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It grows on the coastline,
I see, okay.
and most of that wood is natural driftwood.
I see. That's why. So this tree is amazing.
Mm.
Also, I think the foliage. This tree has more foliage, so it looks nicer.
Yeah.
So, You think that more foliage will make it look more nicer?
Well,
What about the branches,
no, I think
ramification
he's-
probably?
I think he's saying, what he's saying is that this particular buttonwood had a lot of foliage, so it looks very, very good. There were more throughout the exhibit that didn't have as much foliage
Oh, okay.
and looked quite thin.
Mm.
Okay, where this has, substance to it with all the foliage.
Yeah, I love the tree because of the driftwood actually.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
For me, it was one of the most impressive ones there.
The in my 2 cents, everything is very well done, but the table's a little off because it's a metal.
A metal table,
fence.
yeah. I think it would look nice on a wood table.
Of course, yeah, yeah. But I mean, nevertheless, it's still displayed properly, the right height, the angle, the height of the table itself works very, very well, and the Suiseki accent and.
No, this is a cactus.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Okay.
And
But
your
anyway,
far.
and the scroll as well. So it's a good combination.
¿Tiene pregunta, Amanda?
Sí, la pregunta dice, saludos a todos. Pregunta, ¿cómo encontraron los jueces la calidad de nuestros árboles? The question says, hello to everyone, how did you guys find the quality of the trees from the exhibition?
That's for you, not for me.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Okay. You
Me?
first, yeah.
Why?
You have many experience to
Don't,
come
don't.
to record.
No, no, no. I've been coming to Puerto Rico for at least 20, 25 years, Pedro, right? So the quality of the exhibit was in fact outstanding. the trees look very old, very matured, where you know that individual had the tree for an incredible long time and worked diligently on it for quite some time to establish the way it looks. And that doesn't happen overnight. So the maturity of the trees was very, very good. And you know, the wonderful thing about Puerto Rico is you have 12 glorious months of growing season, and I asked Pedro today about Primna growth, and it was in, you know, 2 or 3 months' time, it grew 14 inches. If we had black pines that grow 14 inches in 1 year,
No.
that would be, but it would be very good.
Yeah,
We could have a bonsai very quickly. But outstanding, guys. You guys did a great job, and I'm sure you'll do it again and again and again, and you will keep elevating the art, and the trees will get better and better and better. And it's all from practice. Practice, practice, practice.
What do you think, Koji-san?
I really think so. You have a big advantage. You have a long
Growing season.
growing season, so always.
You see that as an advantage because that makes us work double
Well, you just
because we have to work every time.
Okay. Yeah.
So, for example, that the bottom wood we showed before,
Yeah.
we could make the leaves go this size,
Yeah.
but it will take us every week. We have to remove the larger ones in
Yeah.
order to get the leaf that size.
Yeah.
Every week.
But, you know, to have good quality bonsai takes discipline, it takes work, and it takes time. You know, and if you want the leaves that size, then that's what you have to do. You know, that's what it's all about.
Let's ask something here. Since you recommend that in Japan you have like same space, would you recommend that we make less trees on exposition with more space in between them?
Let's see. It's very difficult because you have to organize the show. So.
Yeah, but I am the chief in charge, so I do whatever I want.
Okay.
So, but I think I want to improve the quality. I want to take the bonsai level in Puerto Rico. This is the most important show in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And I want every year to make it better and better.
Yes, I see.
And my question is, should I do, you know, same space? You know, should I have less trees in exposition with more space and that they look nicer? What would be your recommendation?
Okay. So basically, so you should decide the same space.
Same space.
Okay. Because
That could be arranged. That means 77 trees because I have 77 tables.
Yeah.
1 table per tree.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Also, okay. Also, many people, if there is many trees, so for beginners especially, it's very interesting for them.
Yeah, but the thing is that in Puerto Rico we have club exhibitions at shopping malls. We have exhibitions everywhere, but only one national show.
Yeah.
And I think that in order to, you know, to bring the quality to a higher level, we need to try to get improvement. I don't expect to imitate Japan exhibition. That's you know, I know that we are far away from that, but I want to go on that direction.
Well, you know, one thing that you may be able to pull off would be, you know, the first section that you walk through, maybe put only medium-sized trees, and then around the corner, all the large trees, and then the other side, all the Shohei Mame.
Like the national show in the U.S.
Kind of, sort of, but yeah. And again, like Coco Futen, you start at the bottom. The first floor, it's all the large trees. Second floor is the medium trees, and the top floor is the Shohin. That could be something you could do. Another thing to do is really mix it up. In other words, you know, a very large tree, a medium tree, a large tree, a medium tree. You know, alternate back and forth. You know, But I think what Kuji is saying is very important. I mean, so often we see, I've gone to many of these shows, and you know, they try to get 4 trees on an 8-foot table, and you know, you just can't do that.
Yeah, that happens a lot on the shopping mall exhibitions. They are too crowded, and you
Yeah.
do not appreciate them.
Right, exactly, and you know, that's the joy of display is negative space, and you know, seeing just the tree when you look at it.
Mm.
If you have 4 trees on an 8-foot table, you can't look at one tree because your angle of view is so wide, you see every one of them. But I would go with Kuji and just maybe stretch things out a little bit. Now, when you said 1 tree per 8-foot table.
No, 6-foot table.
6-foot table.
Oh.
I mean, I think that's overkill for somebody that has, you know, 1 shohin tree, or maybe 2 shohin trees.
Yeah, but then, well, we could do combination on the shohins.
Yeah, again, you could break it down instead of, let's say, a large tree. A large bonsai gets 6-foot table, and then anything under a medium tree would get
4.
2 per table. Okay, so then you would get, what, 3 feet for each shohin?
Yep.
Providing it's not in a
You know
box
that
stand.
this is the first time we have actually 2 guest speakers on the national and 1 from Japan.
Oh.
And things we are thinking about next year, we having Kobayashi-san. So I really want to your advice, because also we have Kobayashi-san next year,
Ah, yes.
and you know there's a lot of pressure
Okay.
here
No
I see,
pressure.
okay.
because of that.
Mm.
And we really want to improve the quality and the setup of the exhibition.
Okay. Oh.
I think you have a question from YouTube.
Yes, I
Long
do.
time ago, sorry.
¿Se puede hacer mesas con base de metal y tope de madera? Can you make stands with metal legs and a top part being wood?
Yeah, I mean,
For
certainly.
that exhibition.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly can. Whether it is traditional, probably not. I've never seen a metal table in Kobufu 10 or Taikon 10 or any of those expositions. But
Yeah, I suppose on a traditional Japanese exhibition you won't see that.
you will never see that.
Okay.
You'll never
But
see
you
that.
probably see it in China, Indonesia, or
Yeah, you could. Yeah, possibly could. But, you know, I mean, this guy's been obviously
yeah.
Japanese trained, and, you know, I follow the Japanese
Also in
aesthetic,
Europe,
so.
in Europe you see
in
that.
Europe,
Yeah.
Indonesia, so other countries.
Yeah.
Spain also.
Mm.
But answer to the question, traditionally, a shoku or a bonsai display table is, in fact, wood.
So I'm thinking about next year. You won't recommend me to have a metal stand next year.
You're the boss, it's your show, you can do anything you want.
But, you know, thinking about,
Yeah, I mean, and it's fun to think outside the box, and, you know, no offense to Kuji-san, you know, we don't have to follow the Japanese aesthetics when it comes to displaying bonsai. You know, we are not Japanese. So, look, I tell everybody this, wherever I go in the world, if you're gonna do this, you've gotta have fun doing it. Because when you don't have fun doing it, you lose interest, and before you know it, that bonsai enthusiast is kind of gone away. Just have fun with it, you know. That's all, that's what it's all about, is to have a good time.
good. You got 3 questions.
Yes.
Good.
The first one is for Sean Smith that says, how did you find the compositions and what recommendations do you have to better them?
Thank you for the question. Probably the one thing that really stuck in my mind is the slabs. Quite a few of the trees were just on slabs of wood. And yeah, that is done in Japan often, and we call it a jita. But they were way too thick. Just way too thick. They should be no more than a ½ inch thick for those larger trees. And I know that takes time and, you know, can cost money, but if you're gonna have something made or you're gonna make it yourself, ideally you want it as thin as possible because thin is in. And it really, if you have a bonsai tree in a 2-inch thick pot and you have it on a piece of wood that's 1.5 inches thick, the comparison between the thickness of the board and the pot are too close and you lose it. So there should be a good separation in size between the thickness of the pot and the thickness of the Jita or the natural wood board. Thin is in.
Second question.
Second question is for the both of you, and it says, what did you think of the trees in the vendors area? Since there were many that were already trained.
Do you have a chance to go to the vending
yes.
area?
Yes, I go there.
Uh-huh. Any comments on those?
I see. Okay. Any comment?
On the vending area.
Yeah, I know that.
Trees for sale. Did you buy any?
No.
Did you want them?
Yes,
There were some nice things.
If I bring the tree to
Yeah.
Japan, so
Yeah.
I want to buy.
I got you.
Mm.
I would say the vending area is great. I mean,
Okay.
it was your typical vending area. I mean, you had a variety of everything. You
For
had-
all people, you know, for beginners, intermediate,
was
and
there was something for any bonsai enthusiast, and you know the price range was from if you wanted to spend a whole lot, you could. If you wanted to spend a little, you could. And that's for a public show is ideal. There was a lot of variety, and you had pottery, you had plants, you had suiseki, you had tools, you had fertilizer, you had everything. It was well done.
Next one.
And the next question, I'm translating completely, says, hello to everyone. The question is for Sean Smith, and it says, what is your general opinion on suiseki in Latin America and the Caribbean? From Lorenzo Contreras
From Mexico.
Mexico, okay.
You have been in different countries in
Yeah.
Latin America.
I know who he is. I met him. He actually gave me a stone many years ago when I was in Mexico. Nice guy. So I can't cover the entire South American aspect. I've only been to as far south as Colombia. I did have the opportunity to collect there, and the stones are quite good. Mexico, of course, I've collected many times there. And, I mean, not all over the entire country of Mexico, but the places I was at, there were some very, very nice stones, and quite a few that I brought home. Me personally, Puerto Rico is where I collect stones, because it's a gold mine. The stones are just so Japanesey, if that's a word.
You go collecting today, you have a stone there.
Hey, I just happen to have one here.
Oh.
And we don't talk to Lorenzo about this, but
Yeah.
you go collecting today with Koji-san.
Yeah, we went twice. We went on Thursday for about 5 hours, and we went today for about 6 hours. That's why I'm red. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just red from the sun. But the material here in Puerto Rico is basalt. This is black basalt, which is probably the most popular mineral that's used for suiseki in Japan. Some of the viewers may be aware of the Ring of Fire. Anywhere there's a volcanic disturbance, we always find black basalt. And the little island of Puerto Rico just happens to fall into that little nook, and it's just a pleasure to come here. You don't have to worry about the snow, you have to worry about the sun, but the stones are just amazing. And so it's one of my, if not my most favorite collecting place.
Let me show a picture here of another set that you said that you like also.
Yeah, sure.
This was a set by, I think it was Dr. Quiles. All of them are collected here.
Yes.
And you said that you want to make a comment on those.
Well, no, I just wanted to show the, you know, the variety of material that's available on the island. And again, I was actually with the doctor when he found a few of those stones and helped him carve some dizes for him. But he's a beginner, and you know, he's gotten this good in such a short time, which is encouraging, and it's great to see.
I really like that one with the white.
Yeah, yeah, and
For
you know,
me, it looks like the Virgin Mary.
and you know,
And many people make the same comment.
well, when he came in with both his sons, and the youngest son actually found that stone when him and his dad went to the beach looking for stones. So you know, kind of like a family thing, get everybody involved. So it was kind of cool. Yep, good stuff. Good stuff.
You had 3 more questions, Amanda.
Yes. Okay, the first one goes to Koji, and it says, how do you rate the experience in Puerto Rico, show and the people?
Okay, so this is the very first time in Puerto Rico, so okay, I feel the passion for people, from the people. So I'm I was so moved. In Japan, I cannot feel something like that. So, but so in Puerto Rico, they have a many passion. So I really appreciate to that. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
I agree. There's an incredible amount of enthusiasm here in Puerto Rico. You have to agree. And you know, when Koji was walking around, or I was walking around, you know, we were inundated by questions, which we love. And you know, somebody would say, "Oh, Koji-san, could you come look at my tree and how can I make this better?" You know, and free willingly he did, and I do the same thing. You know, it's bonsai is a learning process, and the more information that, I don't want to use the word professionals, but the more the experienced growers or bonsai people share with the younger community, the better bonsai is going to get. And I think it's important for well, not so much him, but that guy over there and me, you know, now in our 60s, you know, we've been on this road a long time, and we have to keep it going. And you know, our job is to better the next generation. You know, to kind of, you know, pave the way for the next guy. And I think you guys here in Puerto Rico do that elegantly.
Well, I have to say that I agree that Puerto Ricans are very passionate. I don't know how many pictures they took about you, with, you know, with some people are next to you.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of people taking pictures with you and with Sean.
Yeah.
So I hope your wife doesn't get mad for so many ladies.
No problem.
Go ahead. Second question.
The next question is, again, for Koji, and says, what have you eaten in Puerto Rico, and have you found anything that you've liked? And the same comment says, I'm not asking Sean because you're already half Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And you mean about food?
Food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what was your favorite food?
Well, you don't try the blood sausage
No.
that we offer you.
Okay. Also, I love the food here so very much. So, very tasty. Pork rib.
The pork ribs.
The pork ribs
The
and
chicken. You know.
Yeah. Chicken. You take me to there.
The rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have this time I have enough time to go many restaurants.
So that means you have to come back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
So, well, back up on that question was just asked. Please tell the viewers who made you breakfast every morning.
Sorry.
Every morning.
Thank you.
Every morning. You're welcome, my friend. Every morning. Go
You
ahead.
got more questions?
Yes. The question says, it's for Koji-san, and it says, what are you taking, like, memories from Puerto Rico? Fond memories.
Well, I know the fun memory is the suitcase. Separate from the suitcase.
okay.
What else you have?
What did you?
Also, everything I explain
Was good.
is my own memory. So that's why this is my great experience in my life. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Let me show this picture, Diego. We gave both of them. We gave the Golden Caesar Award because of your sharing knowledge to us, to all of us, and we are very, very honored to have both of you here. Sean has come here many times, and he's like a brother to me. You are like a brother to me also now.
A new brother.
Thank you very much.
A new brother,
We're all brothers.
and yeah, of course.
Hey, brother.
Three hermanos.
I definitely think you have to come back. There's a lot more that we could learn from you,
Yes.
and we would love to have you back. So we will make plans I don't know if for a festival, but at least for workshops here and work on with the group of students we have here. So we will definitely plan to come back. You have more questions, Amanda or Diego, on YouTube? Let me see if I have any other pictures. ¿Cuánta gente se conectó hoy?
We reached 60, 65.
Amanda. Sí, debes hacer la de la.
Okay.
I do have one question.
El comentario. Sí.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
The comment says, las mesas de los suiseki no dejan que luzcan. The suiseki tables don't let the suisekis shine. This is a comment.
Okay. Yeah. I agree, and yet I disagree. I mean, traditionally, when we display suiseki in a combination of a bonsai show and bring in the suiseki, they're basically laid out the same way that the trees are. Now, getting back to Kuji's comment about the space of the trees for each trees, some of the suiseki were in fact, a little tight together. But there are times where you can only work within your environment and what you have. I mean, if you only have 10 tables and you have 20 trees, you make the best you can out of it. And I think the suiseki look pretty good. A little squeezed tight, but next year or the year after we'll change things around, and like you said, Kobayashi coming next year.
Yes.
Kobayashi is also the president of the Japanese Suiseki Association. So
that's another important thing.
So
You have to think about it.
I have a feeling there'll probably be a few more Suiseki than there were this year to accommodate Mr. Kobayashi and his position that he's in. But all in all, I think it's all a learning process, and every year we'll get better and better until the time comes where the show is perfect.
We have another question from YouTube.
How could someone travel to Japan or USA to take classes, and what would they need to take classes over there?
Well, in Koji's case, we already made that question during his presentation. You do have, as you accept beginners to go to your.
Even beginners, advanced, I have a bonsai school.
So he have a bonsai school and he accept beginners or advanced or intermediate. So you just have to communicate with you and you will.
Ah, yes, of course.
Okay.
And I the same.
And you also have now.
Yeah.
Both of them have space. Amanda, ¿tienes dos?
The next question says, apart from bonsai, what other hobbies do you have?
Nothing.
Only bonsai.
Nothing.
What about you?
No, we actually, in his younger days, he was a baseball player.
Ah, yeah.
He liked playing baseball.
Yes.
I was an ice hockey player. I like photography. I like my dog. He likes his dogs. He has 3 dogs. I have 1. It's funny because when you're focused on something you have a passion for, you really don't have time for anything else. You know, I mean, there's a lot of other things we'd like to do, I suppose. I mean, you would like to go, what, fishing or something maybe, or?
Nothing.
No? Nothing? Okay.
Because I have so many trees. So
Yeah, that's right, so it's bonsai and
It's
sweet.
impossible to do something else.
Bonsai is sweet.
I cannot imagine anything.
Amanda, next one.
Next question says, where did you collect the stone, and if you were to exhibit it, does it need to have something done, or do you just exhibit it as it is?
As it is, okay. Very good question. There's two ways that we do display suiseki, and one being in a hand-carved wooden base called a daisa, and that's a form-fitting wooden base that the stone sits into. The other way is what we call a suiban or a doban, which is a container that has no holes in it that holds sand, and we place the stone within that sand, and the sand can represent many things from water to clouds. So those are the two traditional ways that stones are exhibited in Japan. But I don't, it's something you have to just pick up on your own and learn and practice. There is some information out there. Be cautious. There's good information, bad information, like anything else in the world. But I would start with a good quality book. Is this American, Spanish, or
Here, Puerto Rico.
from Puerto Rico? Okay, so you want to get online and look for the Japanese Art of Stone Appreciation by Yuji Yashimura and Vincent Cabell. That's probably the best English written book about suiseki, and it's available. YouTube or Amazon has it, and I'm sure you can find it on eBay.
One more question.
Yes. It's an easy question.
Okay.
It says, Koji, what is your favorite Japanese food?
Okay. So I love udon.
Yes.
Udon is a noodle.
Yes.
Because my place Takamatsu is very famous.
For udon.
Yeah,
Yes.
udon very famous place.
Mhm.
Noodle.
Noodles.
Yes.
They're thick. They're the thick ones.
Yeah, yes.
Like as thick as a pencil. And they choke you when you go.
And they are cold.
Udon.
Are they cold?
No.
No.
It's
Hot.
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 Okay.
But in summer cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Estamos.
Thick.
Bueno, mi gente, I really thank you. I think this has been a special program today and hope you all share it, because many people would love to see these two guys together and telling us their stories of their experiences here in Puerto Rico. I hope everyone have enjoyed the festival this time, and next year we promise to make it a little bigger and a little better.
That's it. Little.
That's the way to go.
Is it?
Trying to raise the level every time we make it. Any questions? So I see you next Tuesday. Thank you, Koji-san.